I'm not sure if you can see the fat guy sweat on my forehead. Well, that's because what used to be in here and make the car go forward and backwards and vroom, connected to that drive shaft, has found its way over here to the workbench. So we're going to start. We're going to yank the pinion off, pop this axle stub out, pull this cover, and let's see how bad this damage is. All right, so this thing's put together kind of weird. The stub axle is part of the side cover, but it looks okay. Now we've got to get the ring gear out and see what's broken. My guess is something in here. All right, so I can admit when I was wrong. It was the diff, but let me see if I can get in here and show you what's broken. So down in here in the carrier, you can see these splines. And if you look in this area over here to here, you'll see that the carrier itself is broken. That is what rides on this stub shaft. And if you look, see if I can get the light to where it's not. That stub shaft is essentially smooth. So all these splines got rolled over. And some of these did as well. But it should look more like this, where you got pronounced grooves. And it's just not. My light's a little bright for the camera, but right here you've got all these teeth are rolled over. And if we can see down in the bottom here, you can see that step down here where it's ground down, where the shaft actually changes sizes. That change in size is not a Maserati design feature. That is a broken diff. So we're gonna get some parts coming. Believe it or not, they actually sell these diffs brand new, and there's 2 in the country right now. So we're gonna try to get those coming, or that coming. You know, it might take a week, it might take 2 weeks. But yeah, that diff is broken. So with all that being said, is this differential fixable? Yeah, I think so. I think I could fix it if I could source just a new carrier or limited slip unit. But the price of getting that LSD, that would have to come from Italy, would take months. Let's not talk about what's happening in international shipping right now. And the amount of time that the car would be down, and the amount of time it would take me to reset lash and press bearings and do all that. Yes, an entire differential is expensive, but time's not free either. So I'm going for trying to get a whole differential. While the car's down, it's got a small power steering link on the power steering pump between the case halves of the pump. I'm going to see about getting one of those. I know that has to come from Italy. That won't stop the car from driving or getting back out. But I'd like to get the parts coming, try to get everything handled all at the same time. And then, of course, we've got little things, some maintenance items. Obviously, the rear diff fluid is going to be brand new. But I'm probably going to hang on to this differential. Spare parts just in case. But the main reason is I'm probably going to box this thing up, and it's going to go on the wall of shame. I do have one of those, and this is my wife's first addition to the wall of shame, so good for her. That is why that noise never changed and the car didn't move. The way a limited slip works, if you're not familiar, is it does limit slip, but it doesn't eliminate it. So when you've got one wheel completely down, those clutches inside usually aren't enough in a stock limited slip diff, especially one with 50K on it, to keep you going. So that's why the car had no more forward momentum, and why in the air with no load on it, the tires would move and be quiet, is it had enough to push the other tire and drag the broken axle along for the ride. So it makes sense now that we see it. We'll get parts coming. We'll get it fixed. And if everything works out, I'll tell you guys a little life hack once we get things coming. And a lot of you mechanics out there will have to swallow some pride, because if this works out, this is a really good life hack. But going back together with the car, I'm going to probably do it over a weekend, because I flat rated the removal of the diff, which means I kind of did it my own way. And going back in, I'm going to have to actually take some more of the car apart to make sure I get everything aligned properly. But I just wanted to get it out, get it tore down, see what's going on. That's the update for today. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll let you know when something comes up. I did get a radiator today for the trail duster, so we're going to try to get that going this weekend. Probably work a little bit on the 68 four-door. Have someone that might want it, but if they don't, no harm, no foul. That thing will eventually get turned into something. But this weekend, we're going to try to get the trail duster going. We're going to get the S10 back on the trailer and get it ready to come out next week. I got to fix that water leak. We're not running it this weekend. But tomorrow night, late night, we're going to drop another Friday Night Lights. More small tire grudge race stuff from the track. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all of you stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, and I'll update you guys when we have something else. Thanks. One other thing I want to do on this video is I want to give a special thank you to Justin and Hannah. They give me permission to work on my junk in this space. This is a business, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. There it is. Get a hold of us if you're in the area, on vacation, whatever, we got you covered. So they take care of me, and it's much appreciated. Also want to give a shout out to Jacob, who has often hung out, and all the guys at the shop that you don't necessarily see on the videos. Zach, our tow operator, helps anytime he's around. And then we got the two young guns over on the other side, Jordan and JD, who are coming up in the industry. So you'll see them from time to time, but whenever I'm in this space, it is a loaned space. My wife and I are building a shop on our property eventually, and then everything will happen over there. But for now, nights and weekends here or in my rented space, which is just a glorified storage unit. So thank you guys very much for allowing me to work on my stuff here after hours. Appreciate the hell out of you guys, and let's keep it rolling.